Welcome again to more reviews from Town. Bruce here as always. Now, getting a job at the ABC television network as a page was not necessarily the job I was really looking for to try to get into the door in Hollywood. But, you take what you get. So, we did it. And my goal was to just bust my hump and do everything I could do to try to find a way out into a production company or a route that would lead me, to becoming a producer, director, writer, something in that nick, some way out. But at least I was in somebody's door, and, that was worth something. I kept my fingers out there in other places, but, I went at ABC full bore. Now, after my first little run with the inventory team, I got my first show call, which was a Family Feud. And back in the day, the audiences basically were just, lined up outside in the parking lot waiting to go into the show. And, I show up. My job is like an usher, take care of the audience, watch them, usher them in, keep an eye on them, usher them out, that sort of thing. Excuse me. The cancer, I'm going to cough. What can I do? I'm sorry. So, I start to ask questions, try to learn the situation, and I come to realize that certainly not everybody who's in line is going to get in. There's a hierarchy. Every ticket has a color, and the color determines whether you're getting in or not. There's a color that guarantees you in, then there's another priority color, another one, another one, another one, another one. And of course, the stage for Family Feud only held so many. And here are these people lined up for hours out in the sun, waiting to get in, thinking, I'm going to get in and see Family Feud. So, I just, was typical me, very gung-ho, very, outgoing. So I just started, talking to people in the line, getting them water, entertaining them as best I could, make them laugh, whatever. I mean, that was my job, right? I was a host. I was a member of ABC, your host for the day. And I figured out, okay, probably better to tell those people towards the end of the line that there was a good chance you're not going to get in. And if you want to stick it out, they will give you a ticket which will guarantee that you get in the next time you're here. But if you don't know if that's ever going to happen and you don't want to go through that hassle, then, you might as well just pack it up and leave because the odds of you getting in aren't very good. And, some people chose to stay, some left, but they all seemed very appreciative, at least that they, got that information. And so, we went through the day, we, did the show, the whole deal. And the supervisor, had taken notice because of all the little pages, the little ushers, whatever you want to call them. I mean, I was by far the most outgoing and the most self-motivated and that whole thing. So the supervisor, Sam, took a liking to me. And next thing I know, I'm basically on all of Sam's Family Feud shows. Boom, 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 boom. And word starts to spread from Sam to the other supervisors, and I start getting other show calls. And this just kind of grows. And even though the head of the department, I don't think ever really took a shine to me, I think he thought I was some rich kid trying to get in through the contacts of my family or something. I don't know. But, I just kept moving and grooving, whether he liked it or not, and things just kept on going. And from that point on, there were very few times that I did not find a way to move forward, one way or another. There was one, but most of the time I could move forward, whether he liked it or not, or anybody in the office liked it or not. So it was a good experience. And although I didn't care for the show Family Feud very much, and my one biggest regret was, of course, the one day I got stuck doing Lawrence Welk's tribute to the Beatles. Oh, my God. Oh, I got to say, that was like, oh, man. I think I still have nightmares about that. That was the only day I ever had to do Lawrence Welk, and that was a good thing. Yeah, woo! That was rough. Lawrence Welk's tribute to the Beatles. You can imagine. I only had to do a General Hospital, the soap opera once, so that was a good thing. So most of the time, I was doing the shows there at the ABC lots and occasionally the outside lots like Paramount and so forth. And everything looked good. Everything was going great. I was getting good hours. And so I thought the future looked pretty good at that point, and I was feeling pretty good. So what happens down the line were all little steps towards the final goal. And we'll get into that more on the next one. Peace, everybody. Hang 10.